Hello everyone. It's Teresa with Critters Crochet. Happy Tuesday. Today is Technique Tuesday, and if you saw the thumbnail, you know if you guessed this week's letter correctly, letter G, and we're doing the granule stitch. I think I had one person. There might have been two, but I think it was just one person that got that correct. So yay! So I'm going to show you how to do this really neat stitch. It's gorgeous. It's textured, and it's just a beautiful textured stitch. So I encourage you to watch this video. Try this stitch out. It's super easy, and I encourage you to try this stitch out. Make something with this stitch. Anything textured would be beautiful. A scarf would be gorgeous with this. A hat. Use cotton yarn and make a dish towel and a dishcloth set. There's so many things you could do with this stitch. It's just beautiful. So if you make something with this stitch, I want to show pictures. This is another thing I want to do with this Technique Tuesday, is I want to be able to show pictures of projects that you've made with this stitch. So with this granule stitch, please send me pictures. My email will be below in the description box. Send me a picture of what you've made with this stitch, and then on the next week's video, I will show your projects that you made. So I encourage you to try this out and send me pictures, because I love sharing you all's beautiful, beautiful work. So come on over here to the table and meet me over here, and I will show you how to do this gorgeous stitch. All right, everyone, we're at the table, and I've already gotten my chain made. So what you want to do for this stitch is you want to do this in a multiple of 4. So you're going to chain a multiple of 4, and for this sample, I've just done a small chain of 16. And then once you get, but you're going to do your multiple of 4 until you get the length that you want for your project, okay? So when you get this chain to the length that you want with a multiple of 4, then you're going to add one more stitch, okay? So my starting chain for this sample is 17 stitches. So for the first row, for row number 1, you're going to single crochet in the second chain from the loop, which is not this chain, but this one. So we're going to go in the second chain from your hook. I think I said the second chain from the loop. I don't know where that came from. But second chain from your hook, and we're going to put this in. And I'm just using a worsted weight yarn and a size 5mm hook, an H hook. So you choose your yarn and hook to match. It doesn't matter what you use for your project. So 1, 2, and we're just going to go down each. We're going to start in the second chain from the hook and place a single crochet, and then we're just going to single crochet down the length of our chain. Sorry, I think I went off camera there. But we're just going to start, like I said, start in the second chain from the hook and place a single crochet, and then single crochet down, and I made these really tight, down the length of your chain, okay? So I'm going to continue making single crochets down the length of this chain, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. All right, okay guys, I'm back, and we have our 16, since I did a chain of 17, I have 16 single crochets in my first row, so I'm always going to have 16 stitches. So what you want to do for row 2 is you want to chain 1 and turn your work. We're going to start in that first, because this chain does not, the chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So we're going to start in this first row, and for row 2, you're going to put a single crochet in the first stitch. Then in the second stitch, we're going to do what's called a picot single crochet. And in your written patterns, if you see this, it'll be abbreviated as a capital P and then lowercase sc. So you'll see PSC, that means picot single crochet. And the way to do this is the neatest stitch. I just learned this for this tutorial, so I really love it. You go in like you're going to do a single crochet, yarn over, pull up your 2 loops, but instead of going through both loops, you're going to yarn over and just go through 1. Okay? leaving 2 loops on your hook. That makes 1 chain, and then you're going to do that 2 more times so that you have a chain of 3 on this left side. So 1, we're going to do this 1, 2 more times. So now you can see we have on this left side, we have a chain of 1, 2, 3. So when you get your 3rd chain, then you're going to yarn over, and this time you're going to pull through both loops. And that makes a picot single crochet. So what you want to do then is go into this next stitch and make a single crochet. And then go back and make sure that your picot single crochet, that chain is sticking out towards you. You don't want it going the other direction. You want this to be sticking out this way towards you. And then we made our single. Then it's just a repeat. We're going to do a picot single crochet again. So chain 3, 1, 2, whoop, 2, 3. Cooperate with me here, people. 3. Chain. Once you get your chain of 3, yarn over and pull through both loops. Okay, make sure that that chain is sticking out towards you, and put a single crochet in the next stitch. And I have found out with this that sometimes I have to go back and just kind of pull on that chain. Oh, sorry, kind of just take my thumbnails and just pull on that chain a little bit, and see how this one's already gone back. And I just go back ever so often and I pull those chains forward to make sure that sticks forward. Single in the next stitch. Picot single crochet, and I'm going to show you this one more time. 1, you're just going through that loop on the left and making 3 chains. 2 and 3. You get your chain of 3, you yarn over and you pull through both like you're finishing your single crochet. Make sure that chain pooches out towards you. Single crochet in the next stitch. So I'm going to continue this down the length of my project. So you're going to repeat picot single in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, picot single, single crochet, picot single, single crochet. And you're going to do this all the way down the length of your chain, ending with a single crochet, and I'll be back to show you that in just a moment. All right, I have come to the end of my row, and I have repeated picot single, and we're going to do one final single crochet in that last stitch. So let me get that done. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to turn our work. Now, this is the beginning of row 3. We're going to do single crochets across, okay? So 1, start in that first stitch, and you're just going to make single crochets across the length of this work. So your odd rows will be just single crochets. Your even rows will include your picot stitch, single picots. Okay, so we're just going to single crochet down the length of this. On the picot stitches, okay, let me show this to you. I'm going into my single crochet from the previous row stitch to do another single. Then you have your picot, which is, and if you'll turn your work and look, you will see your V's going across the top. So you just want to make sure that you're going into your V's like you normally would when you single crochet down a row. Okay, single crochet. There's the V going across the top of that picot. So we're going to go into that stitch and single. And I'm going to continue, and I'm going to go ahead and single crochet down the length of this chain, and I'll be right, or this length of this row, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I finished my 3rd row of single crochets. I'm going to chain 1, turn your work. You're always chaining 1. Now, this will be row number 4, so we're getting ready to do our picots again. And you can see the stitch definition in this and the little bobbles that occur. So this is really such a fun stitch. So we can offset. We don't want one picot on top of another. So to offset that, we are going to do, instead of one single crochet at the beginning of, like we did to row 2, we are going to do, for row 4, we're going to do 2 single crochets to start. 1, 2, and then in the 3rd stitch is where we'll put our picot, and you can see how that falls right in the middle of those 2. So that kind of offsets it so they're not stacked right on top of one another. So again, our picot single crochet is you yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through just the first one on the left. That's 1 chain, 2 chains, and 3 chains. When you have those 3 chains, you yarn over and you pull through both loops to finish. Well, man, I'm such a tight crocheter that I get it too tight. And then single in the next. All right, you're going to continue and make sure that chain is poking through the front of your work. You want it coming towards you like this. Okay, make sure that you pull that going towards you. So you want to repeat that again down the length, single in the next, picot in the next, single, picot, all the way down the length of your row, and you're going to end with 2 single crochets at the end, and I will meet you at the end of this row to show you that. Okay, everyone, I'm at the end of row 4. I have 2 single crochets left, so we're going to put 2 singles right there. 1, 2, we're going to chain 1, and so technically at the end of row 4 you'll have 3 single crochets because you have your single after your picot, and then you have 2 more singles. So chain 1, turn your work. Now row 5 is just a row of single crochets, so we're going to start in the very first stitch and we're going to single crochet across our work. Okay, make sure you get the under both of those, under that V, under both stitches when you're doing your single. Whoop, I'm so sorry. Make sure you're getting under both of those V's when you're single crocheting your odd rows. Okay, so I'm going to continue with row 5 of single crochets down the length of my work, and I will be right back to show you what this looks like. Okay guys, I finished my single crochet row and I turned. Now you can see all of these little picots, how they stick out. You might have to go back and just do a little gentle tug on each one to get them to pop. But this is what it looks like. It's so pretty and so textured. I just absolutely love it. Let me get up close here. You can see it. See that? It's just a beautiful textured look. And this is the granule stitch. So what you're going to do is you're going to repeat rows 2 through 5. So I've done 5 is your last single. Remember, odd rows are single crochet. Even rows are your picot single crochet rows. So you're going to do a row of picots, single picot, single picot, single picot. Then a row of single crochet for row number 3. Row number 4, you have to start with 2 single crochets. On row 2, you're starting with 1. On row 4, you start with 2 singles, so it offsets your picots, okay? Then you're going to do another row of picot single, picot single, picot single, and then another row of single crochets. And you just repeat 2 through 5 until your project is the length that you want it. I think this is a beautiful stitch, and I would love to see the projects that you guys make with this stitch. So send me your pictures, and I will see you next Tuesday for Technique Tuesday A to Z, where we'll be learning something that starts with the letter H. So be sure in the comments that you put your guess in for next week on what you think we will be doing for the letter H. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video today. I really appreciate it very much. And let's get Critters Crochet to 2,000 subscribers. Hashtag Critters Crochet, road to 2K. So if you like this tutorial, there are lots more. So please like, comment, and subscribe to Critters Crochet, and make sure that you tap that notification bell so that you don't miss any videos when they come up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.